Okay, hello YouTube, this is me, and this is a quick video that I'm making for username YouTube user Terry Vasquez or Lehigh Faso. Um, okay, you sent me this file like 1 week ago or something like that, and I'm really sorry not for taking a look at it till now, but I've been kind of busy. But anyway, at least I'm doing it right now. Okay, so when I got the file, the first thing that I saw is obviously the hair. I took a few renders, a couple of renders. I have 3 renders here, and I took one render with the default settings that you're using, which is this one here, and then I took a second render with some changes. Well, the first one you can see here, you have all this like artifacts or something, mostly in this area here. Um, so to get rid of those, I went to my render settings here, and you're using the Maya software render, and so I'm using the same render as you are. And you can also use Mental Ray. I'm not sure what Maya version you're using. Let's see, if I go here, it tells me that you're using an older version of Maya here. So I'm not sure, maybe 2008 or maybe 8 or 8.5, I don't know. But the same applies to older versions, although versions like 8.5 or 8, you can't use Mental Ray as your hair render. But anyway, the first thing that I did was to change my quality to production quality. As you can see here, you can just go to quality here, to the quality setting, and you have the different drop-down settings. So I just choose production quality instead of going through all this, change all my settings. I just choose that one, and then I went down all the way down to this roll down that says Paint Effects Rendering Options. You have 3 different settings here, and when on your file it was like this. So the first thing that I did was to check oversample and then oversample post filter. What this does is that it like takes the softening of the hair a step further. So it's like you apply yet another anti-alias filter to your hair. So after I changed that, I made a second render and it looked like this. So you can see that you still have like this little artifacts here, but the overall hair looks smoother. Then I took a third render. This is like a close-up, you can see, and this is where I noticed something different, something else, I mean. You can see if I turn on the alpha channel, I can see all the different hairs here and here. And the thing that I noticed is that your hair is like too thick. And at first I was wondering if you were using like a Paint Effects brush or actual Maya hair for this. So I went to my outliner here, and I saw that you actually have a hair system, which is good because that's the plugin, the module that I was thinking on using. So you can go to your hair system here, and you have different settings here that you can check. You can decrease the hair width, and also you can increase the hairs per clump. So right now you have 10 hairs per clump, and that is, to me, I think it's like too small of a value. Sometimes I will use a value like this of 10 if my character is going to be like 2 or 3 meters away from the camera. But for close-ups you have to increase this value to maybe something like 20 or 40 or even 60 hairs per clump, because on the close-ups you end up having this bald look on your hair, and that's something you don't want. Also, since you're going to increase the hairs per clump, you can actually increase just a little the clump width depending on your character, and depending on the clump, on the position of the clump, so to speak. And also, if you increase this hairs per clump value, you can decrease this to maybe the half. Let's see, let's try something like this: 25 hairs per clump and a hair width of 0.020. And let's take a look. Okay, I'm going to render again. I'm also rendering at 1024 because I want to see higher detail on the hair. So you see now the hair is thinner, which is good, but still you have like too little, too few hairs here. And that's my second point of the video. I see you have made the hairs like floating on your scalp. You can see here that the hair is not growing from inside the skull, but rather it's flowing along the skull. So even if it is a little bit painful, what I would do is actually delete this. And now that I deleted that, I see that you pretty much made the hair out of the curves here. So instead of that, I would just go something like this, and maybe go to face mode and use the mask, this selection thing here, and select part of the skull and maybe separate that from the rest of the head. I actually have a script that I use for that, and it's this one here, which is a split. So you see now I have the scalp here,